Good morning, my name is Sławomir Zhidenko. Welcome to another episode of Exploring Mysteries from the Urantia Book in the field of astronomy. To make my work go more smoothly, I decided to engage a robot, and it will be the one to read my videos. Today we will be discussing an object called Uversa. I will quote a passage from the Urantia Book from paper number 15 for this purpose. Please listen to it. While each superuniverse government presides near the center of the evolutionary universes of its space segment, it occupies a world made to order and is peopled by accredited personalities. These headquarters worlds are architectural spheres, space bodies specifically constructed for their special purpose. While sharing the light of nearby suns, these spheres are independently lighted and heated. Each has a sun which gives forth light without heat, like the satellites of paradise, while each is supplied with heat by the circulation of certain energy currents near the surface of the sphere. These headquarters worlds belong to one of the greater systems situated near the astronomical center of their respective superuniverses. End of quote. The description of Uversa is interesting. From this description, it appears that this is not a typical celestial body, it is a world made to order. While searching for the answer to the question about the location of Uversa, I discovered an error. In paper number 32 we come across a quotation concerning the distance to Uversa. It is interesting in that specific distances are given. However, there is a problem here, let us listen. The Saturnia system of inhabited worlds is far removed from Uversa and the great sun cluster which functions as the physical or astronomic center of the seventh superuniverse. From Gerisum, the headquarters of Saturnia, it is over 200,000 light-years to the physical center of the superuniverse of Orvonton, far, far away in the dense diameter of the Milky Way. Saturnia is on the periphery of the local universe, and Nebadon is now well out towards the edge of Orvonton. From the outermost system of inhabited worlds to the center of the superuniverse is a trifle less than 250,000 light-years. End of quote. Just a word of explanation of what Saturnia is. Saturnia is a relatively small administrative unit to which we belong, and it is part of Nebadon. In the description there is a link to a video in which I analyze what space Nebadon occupies. In the quote above, we read that Saturnia, which is the relatively small administrative unit to which we belong, is located more than 200,000 light-years from the center of the Milky Way. In the next sentence we learn that we are on the edge of the inhabited part of the superuniverse of Orvonton, or the Milky Way. And in the last sentence we learn that from the edge of the inhabited part of the superuniverse of Orvonton, to its center, is no more than 250,000 light-years. And this is where nothing is quite right. Firstly, from our vicinity, there is no more massive cluster of matter within the radius given than the center of the Milky Way, and it is about 25,000 light-years away. Secondly, it is clear from the Milky Way diagram that in the direction outwards from us the number of stars begins to decrease and that it is quite possible that we live on the edge of the habitable center of the Milky Way. And thirdly, we have a repetition of an argument already used once, namely that, according to astronomical data, we are about 25,000 light-years away from the center of the galaxy, not 250,000 light-years away, as it is written in the Urantia Book in the passage above. It seems to me that the reason for these inaccuracies is easy to explain. The Urantia Book was written in English, and in that language hundreds are often used interchangeably with thousands. For example, 1,000 may be rendered as 1000, 1,500 as 1500 and so on. Arguably, instead of thousands, there should be hundreds in the text. If we were to assume that such an error crept in at some stage in the preparation of the Urantia Book for printing, everything would become clear, and the distances would immediately agree. Listen again to the last quotation after the correction I made. The Saturnia system of inhabited worlds is far removed from Uversa and the great sun cluster which functions as the physical or astronomic center of the seventh superuniverse. From Gerisum, the headquarters of Saturnia, it is over 200, that is 20,000 light-years to the physical center of the superuniverse of Orvonton, far, far away in the dense diameter of the Milky Way. Saturnia is on the periphery of the local universe, and Nebadon is now well out towards the edge of Orvonton. From the outermost system of inhabited worlds to the center of the superuniverse is a trifle less than 250, that is 25,000 light-years. The exact location of Uversa, unfortunately, we cannot deduce either from this quotation or from any other in the Urantia Book. All we know is that Uversa is located near the center of the superuniverse of Orvonton. From the previous episode, as well as from this one, it follows. As far as we know, the most central object in the Milky Way is a black hole called Sagittarius A*, which is the center of a larger structure called Sagittarius. So the whole thing is located in the Sagittarius constellation at a distance of 27,900 light-years from Earth. There is a suggestion in the above quote that Uversa is close to the center of the superuniverse of Orvonton, but it does not say exactly which object it is. The Urantia Book states that it is a world made to order. In contrast, Sagittarius A*, the black hole at the center of our galaxy, appears to be a naturally formed object due to gravitational forces. So let's assume that it is some object located in the center of the galaxy, near Sagittarius A*. Take a look at the stars orbiting the object Sagittarius A** from the Wikipedia page. These images have enabled its precise location. This object is naturally absorbing matter around it all the time, so it is still in the process of being created. And now for another photo of the center of the Milky Way. And on the diagram of the galaxy. I don't think it is possible to pinpoint the exact location of this object and call it by its current name. Based on the above quote, I would define the Uversa object as follows: an object in the center of the Milky Way, most likely nearby the Sagittarius A*. My dear viewers, at this point I will end this episode. I have material prepared for the next episode. Next time we'll talk about the Grand Universe, Havana, and about the Isle of Paradise. In the meantime, I say goodbye to you. Please write in the comments what you think about this. Subscribe to my channel, share it, thumb it up and hit the bell. Until next time, best regards.